Hello and welcome to another episode. In today's episode, I am going to be talking about CSS links. But before we get started, if you're new to my channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. If you find this video useful, share it. You might be helping somebody else. And if you like my video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Also, for those of you asking how you can support me, I am going to leave my PayPal link in the description below. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so to get started with this episode, we are going to visit the same website we've been working with so far, which is w3schools.com. Now here I want you to go to the CSS section and you're going to scroll all the way down where it says CSS links. We are also going to have open here the code that we're working with so far. And I have already opened that web page as well. Now what I am going to do here is make sure that I clear all the style that I gave to my previous paragraphs. I'm going to hit save and then we're going to hit refresh. Okay, I think I still have some icons here left. So I am also going to remove the icons that we added in our last chapter. So I'm saving that as well. Let's hit save, refresh, and I will remove the H1 tag I also added here because today is going to be about links. So we just want to make sure that everything is cleared out. Okay, so what I am going to do is change this class first to PN1. And we are going to delete all this in here. And let's just go ahead and work with number 5 here. I am going to delete everything except for the A tag. Okay, and I am going to do the same with the rest of the paragraphs here. I just want you to see how this is going to look like. Okay, so it'll be like this. And then instead of my website link here, I am simply going to add a hashtag, which it doesn't do anything. Like if I go ahead and I save it, going back to our website, I hit refresh. The only thing it's going to do is that when I click on it, it's just not going to do anything. It's just a matter of just leaving a link that we are not going to use. Okay, so I am going to do the same for all the rest of the paragraphs here. In fact, let's go ahead and do the following. I am going to delete everything all at once. And then I'm just going to type again everything here. And by the way, I am going to change this. Instead of go to this website, I will name this link 1. And we're going to do the same for the rest of the links here. So let's call this PN1, which is going to be paragraph number 1. And then let's just go ahead and add a couple of them here. 1 second. Okay, so I will add this here. 5, 6, 7. Let's do the same 8 that we had before. We're just going to change each class here. And I am just preparing this document before we get started with today's tutorial, just so you can see exactly how we're going to work with the links. This is going to make our work today a little bit easier. Okay, so let's go ahead and also change the numbers of the links here. So this is going to be link number 2, link number 3, and so on and so forth. Okay, so that's it. That's the only change we're going to do to this document before we get started. Okay, so now let's refresh and make sure that everything was saved. Okay, perfect. So now we have 8 links in here, which are the ones that we are going to work with in just a moment. So going back to w3schools.com. So CSS links. In CSS, you can also style your links. You can give them colors, you can give them different fonts, you can do whatever you want with them. So let's go ahead and let's read a little bit, and I'm going to be teaching you the examples that we see in this website right now. Okay, so with CSS, as I said before, links can be styled in many different ways. So here we have 4 examples in what you or how you can style the links. Okay, so this is a text link, link button, link button. So you see you have 2 buttons, and it does something different each time that you either hover over it or if you click on it as well. I'm not going to click on them right now. I just want you to see the 4 different examples here. So styling the links. Links can be styled with any properties in CSS, meaning, as I said before, that you can give them any color, any type of font, any type of background. So you can use the same properties that we've been learning in the past episodes. You can use the color property, the font family, background, etc. Now, to call all the links here, we are going to use the selector A, okay? And this is going to be calling all the links that you have in your website. Of course, we have some classes added to them so that we can go ahead and actually play around. Anyways, I will show you some examples right now. So if we go ahead and we select all the A tags and we want to color them in pink rather than, this is kind of purple, I believe. What is it? Yeah, kind of purple or dark blue here. So if I want to change all these links to a different color, what I have to do, it's very easy, okay? I will go here and then I'm just going to call all links, right, with the A tag. And then what I am going to do is use the color property. And let's say that I want to give them all a color of, let's do them red, just so you can see them. Okay, I'm going to save this and let's go ahead and hit refresh now. And boom, you see now all links are colored red. Okay, so in addition, links can be styled differently depending on what state they are in. Okay, so we have 4 link states, and here are the examples. We have the A, and then we have the link. That's the state. Okay, so you're going to use a link for a normal unvisited link. So in other words, this is this state is going to be like the style will be shown when the link hasn't been visited yet, right? Like normal, right? So we haven't visited this, so this is the way our link is going to look like. Then you will have a visited, which is going to change when a user visit the link. So meaning that when I click on it, then whatever property, whatever style we apply to it is going to show after we have visited that link. Then we have a hover. This is when you use the mouse over your link, okay? So if you go ahead and you hover over this like I'm doing right now, something is going to happen with the style of the link. And the last state that we have is a active, which is a link at the moment that it's clicked, meaning when you click on it, right? So active means when you click on it, that's the link is going to quickly do something, the style, right? If you have changed it and you have selected the state active. So we're going to go ahead and actually play around here with these examples, okay? So what I am going to do is use the classes for this. We are going to use the classes. Okay, everyone, so let me show you a couple of examples and how this is going to change your code. Well, the first thing I want to do, I'm going to hit Control-Shift-Delete, and I am going to go to my browsing history. I have one item saved. I'm going to clear that data, because if you don't clear the data, then all your links are going to be shown like we have visited them. Just because the index here on index, you see how we have a hashtag there? So that hashtag means same website. So each time we click on a link, all the rest of the links will be like we have visited them. Okay, so one thing that I want to do is apply a style to each one of these links. So first, okay, we're going to call the A tag, and we're going to call the first state, because I'm going to show you the 4 examples right now. The first state is link, right? And we're going to give a link's color of red, okay? Okay, now I'm going to save this. Let's go back to our code. And okay, so right now it's purple because we visited the link. So go ahead and hit Control-Shift-Delete again and delete the browsing history once again. So I'm going to clear the data. Okay, so here you go. You see how all the links now are red? That's because we have not visited the link. If I hit refresh, it'll automatically turn into a different color, because it'll be the browser will detect like we have visited those links already. So just go ahead and actually play around with that and change the websites. If you go ahead and you change this hashtag for a different website, is going to do something different each time. Okay, so you can go ahead and play around by doing that. I'm just showing you how each state will work. Now, if we change this, let's go ahead and use the second state, which is visited. Okay, so if we have visited the links, then all links will be now color yellow. I'm going to make all of them be yellow if we have visited them. Okay, so if I click in one of them, oops, I didn't hit save. Let me hit save here, and let's hit refresh, and there you go. So you see, since we have already visited all the links, now they are yellow. Okay, so all links are yellow because we have visited them. If I go ahead and I hit Control Shift Delete again, and I delete my browsing history one more time, all them will turn into red, because red is the state that I just give to a link when they have not been visited. Now, if I click on any of them, all of them will change because they have the same address, which is a hashtag, which means it's this same URL. Again, go ahead and change the hashtag with a valid URL so that you can go ahead and actually play around with this. Anyways, now it looks like we have visited all the links. Now, the third state that we see there on the website is the hover state, okay? So this is when we go ahead and we move our mouse over the word or over the link. Then this is going to give, well, right now a different color, okay? A different color, and let's just give them a color of black, just so you can see this. I'm going to hit save. Now I'm going to hit refresh. Now, here's the thing. When the link right now is yellow because we already have visited them, as I already explained several times. Now when I hover over it, it should be black. So let's hover. You see how it's black? Let's just maximize this. Okay, I hover over it and now it's black. And the same thing will apply if I do this to each one. If I just want to apply this to any of them individually, you can go ahead and you can use the class. That's why we have them all with a different class, PN1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Right? But right now I'm just showing you the states. We'll play around with that later. Okay, now the fourth state that we saw here is the state active. Okay, and this is, whoops, is the state active. And this state here is used when you click on the actual element. So here, when we click on it, I want this to change to, I don't know, let's see, let's select blue. Okay, so let's hit save. Now I'm going to hit refresh. So see, if I hover over it, it's black. Now if I give a click, you see how when I am clicking on it, it turns blue? Right now I have it clicked. So if I click on it, it's blue. That's what it means, active. Okay, so those are the 4 examples of each state. I hope this is clear, but if it's not, you can leave your questions in the comment section below and I will reply as soon as I can. Okay, so let's move on in this video. And the next thing you're going to see, it's a property called text decoration. And this is mostly used to remove underlines from the links. We already saw this property before, but I'm going to touch bases to it again because right now we're being more specific on links. So the text decoration property, as we already read here, is mostly used to remove underlines from the link, okay? So you could either have 2 values here, none or underline. So if you have your text decoration to your link as none, then obviously it's not going to have an underline. And if you just select the text decoration as underline, well, it's going to have an underline. Okay, so now just so you can take a look at how this works, I'm going to remove all 4 states again, and I'm just going to select the A tag just to make it simple. Okay, I don't want to complicate things over for you. Not yet. Okay, so right now we're going to use the text decoration for all A tags, and we are just going to set them up as none. Let's hit save, and now let's hit refresh. And there you go. You see how now it does not have an underline? That's because I have removed the underline from all text decoration. Now, if I just want to add an underline to one of them, I can simply call, let's say to paragraph number 4, let's call the A tag there. And what I'm going to say is text decoration underline. Okay, now I'm going to hit save. Now I'm going to hit refresh. And now only paragraph number 4 has an underline there. So that's how this works when it comes to text decoration. Okay, now next thing you can change here is the background color. You can specify a background color for the links. Okay, and we are going to use the 4 that we see here. Let's just copy and paste them just to make things easier and faster for you. Okay, so we have the A link, we have A visited. So we have the 4 states here, as you can see. Hover, and then we have active, right? So I'm going to hit save. We're going to go back to our welcome page, and I'm going to hit refresh. Now, one thing that I want to do here, as you can see, it only applies to the background color. It doesn't apply to the color of the text itself. If you want, you can go ahead and you can change the text color by using the color property, up to you. Anyways, I'm just going to show you this example right now. So the background color, if we have not visited a link, should be yellow. Let's go ahead and hit Control Shift Delete, and going to our browsing history, we're going to clear the data. And you see now none of them has been visited. So this is with background color of yellow. Now, if we visit them, it should turn to cyan. So I clicked on one of them, and now all of them are in cyan because of what I already explained, right? The links. Now, if you hover over it, it should be with a background of light green. See, I am hovering over it, and it's light green. And if I click on it, it should be hot pink. So if I click on this one, see how the background changes to hot pink? So that's what the background color will do. Now, moving on, we have here link buttons. And I'm pretty sure that you're going to be using this a lot when you are creating your websites, because obviously each website has buttons, right? So to do that, we're going to use the background color property. We can use color. We're going to use padding, text align, text decoration, and display. Now, when it comes to display, I haven't explained that deeply yet, but I will in future episodes. So I'm not going to explain that much in this video, at least not yet. Okay. So let's go ahead and let's do the following. I'm going to delete everything, and we are going to turn all these links into buttons here. Okay, let's hit refresh. Whoops, save and refresh. Okay, so what I want to do here, first thing that I want to do, I'm just going to select all the A tags. I'm not going to apply any state to them. Okay, because we already talked about states, and I'm pretty sure that you guys are clear by now. But if you're not, you can leave your questions in the comment section below. And as you know, I will reply as soon as I can. So, okay, so we are going to go back to our code. We're going just to call the A tags. And here we want to turn them into a button. So first thing we're going to use is the background color. And I want the background color to be black. So all buttons will be black. And then we are going to apply the color to our text, and I want that to be white. Okay, then we will give a padding. Let's just use the same padding they used here. So it's going to be 14 pixels. 14 pixels. Okay, top and bottom, and then left right will be 25 pixels. Okay, that's fine. Then we're going to align the text. Okay. We're going to align it to the center. We're going to use the next thing here, which will be, oh, text decoration. Yes, of course. We want to remove that underline, right? So it's up to you. You can either do it or not, whatever, you know. So text decoration will be none. And I am going to hit save. I'm not going to apply the display just yet, just so you can see how this will look like. Now I'm going to hit refresh. And boom, you see how all links right now are shown. Okay, so now let's use the display inline. we're going to use the inline block. Yes, let's use the inline block. Okay, let's hit save and now let's hit refresh and boom. So as you can see, that's what the inline block property value will do if you use the display property. So there you go. So those are the links, as you can see. Those, we have just turned them into buttons. Each one of them, it's a button. Now you can go ahead and actually play around with colors, sizes, and much more, and you can go ahead and actually create your own buttons. I'll leave that as a homework for you. For now, let's go ahead and move on. Okay, so here they have put a whole bunch of examples of things that you can do to each one of the to several links here. So if you go ahead and you visit w3schools.com here, you can go ahead and you can actually try all these styles by yourself. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's click on this one, try it yourself, and you will see a whole bunch of links here, you see? And each time that you hover over them, they will have different styles, different everything. Okay, so another thing that I want to show you is how you can style each link differently. Okay, and by that, you are going to use the class, right? So going back to our code, let's say that I want to apply to only the first paragraph, all this information. Okay, so it's very simple. All you have to do, it's called paragraph number 1, and you're going to use the A tag of that paragraph. You're going to give this style. So I'm going to hit save. You're going to hit refresh and boom. See, now only paragraph number 1 has that unique style. You can go ahead and you can copy all this style. And let's go ahead and add something. Let's say that this is only when it's unvisited. So if it's, or you know what, when it's hover. So when it's hover, this in particular is going to change to the background color when it's hover. Okay, so this is going to be paragraph number 2. Okay, so when we hover over it, it's going to turn into a button. Now let's go ahead and let's hit save, hit refresh. Okay, so see now, right now, link number 1 is like this. When I hover over link number 2, it turns into a button. That's because I gave the hover state to the second one. Or let's just leave it as A, right? But I'm going to change the color here instead of black to red. Okay, now same thing to paragraph number 2. Okay, when the state here is not a default A link, but when we hover over it, I want this to change from red to yellow. You just copy everything, you just modify the state. Okay, so I'm going to hit save, hit refresh, and now see, link number 2 is red, and when I hover over it, it turns yellow. So it's super cool, huh? So that's the same way that you can go ahead and actually play around with the remainder of the links that we have in here. You can apply different styles, you can apply different buttons. In fact, if you want, you can simply just do this. Look, if it's going to be paragraph number 3 to all the links that paragraph number 3 has, then I am just going to change the color of them to be just yellow. Just yellow, like that. Okay, and by the way, this is going to be when it's active. Okay, now I'm going to hit save, I'm going to hit refresh, and when I click on this, you see, now this is active. So that's bottom line what you can do with links here with CSS. Anyways, again, everyone, remember to practice. Practice a lot at your house. Practice on your spare times. If you want to become a good developer, all you have to do is study and practice. Those are the 2 keys in order for you to become a great developer. Okay, so that's it for this video, everyone. If you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And as well, if you find this video useful, make sure to share it with somebody else. Hopefully you'll be helping someone else. And remember that you can always ask Lixi. Bye everyone, and see you again in the next episode.